Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
Welcome to Mid-South Barndominiums. We realize there's a lot of options when it comes to finding a builder for your next home. Here at Mid-South, we understand that customer service, quality, and selections are very important. It's a very large time, money, and an emotional investment, and we're here to listen and care. We realize the kitchen's the most used and abused room in the house. Our cabinets are locally custom made from Sanderson cabinets out of Lawrenceburg. They're real wood, poplar or maple, whether you paint or stain. All comes with slow close hardware and many pull-out different style options to choose from.
State Line Garage Doors, owned and operated by Justin Gobble, is your trusted local expert in garage door services. Based in Lawrence County, Tennessee, State Line Garage Doors is built on over a decade of hands-on experience, providing reliable repairs, replacements, and installations for all types of garage doors, residential and commercial. They proudly serve our community and the surrounding areas. When you work with State Line Garage Doors, you're not just another job, you're part of our community. Their commitment to quality, transparency, and craftsmanship is at the heart of what they do, and they offer free estimates. State Line Garage Doors. Reach out to discover the difference a company with local roots can make for your home and business.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
Welcome back to X Sports Today. AJ Good joined alongside by Taylor Plott and Hayden Burks. And Taylor just literally went from, all right, we could have a tornado. Now he's going to come over here and start talking basketball. It's a crazy day.
That's what happens when you're a meteorologist and sportscaster at the same time.
The
Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild West.
When we're in the Wild Wild South.
Yeah.
It's hurricane season. Tornadoes are always a possibility in this area, no matter what time of year it is. But it's good to have you back aboard here.
Appreciate it.
And man, guys, we got a lot to talk about. Game 5, the NBA Finals last night. It's kind of been the same ingredients in some of the games that we have seen. One team kind of pulls away. The next thing you know, the other team makes it a one-possession game midway through the fourth quarter, and we had a wild fourth quarter there at the end. But right off the get-go, I mean, just OKC just kind of had Indiana's number. Had a lot of good pick and rolls, got a lot of guys open for breaks. The passing was incredible by OKC, especially in the first half, and it got better once the fourth quarter came along. But another wild game, and now the Thunder have a 3-2 advantage in this series.
Yeah, and I said it before in some of those games, I felt like OKC needs to come out and punch first, and they have, at least for, I would say it seems like the majority of these games, they've had a really good first quarter and sometimes even first half, but I mean, we've just seen how Indiana can just fight back, even if things aren't really clicking. All of a sudden, boom, they can get it going, and they had a chance to make a comeback and steal this game too.
Yeah, I mean, just one of those things where Oklahoma City, like you said, in my opinion, I think Oklahoma City showed that they were the dominant team, and they finally showed their true self, that they were the best team. Obviously, we saw Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but then again, that was the second career 40-point game for Jalen Williams, and it couldn't come at a better time in Game 6. I mean, he was just all over the place. Couldn't be stopped from three, but most of his shots came from inside. I mean, they did like a little shot chart during the game, and literally hit a three-pointer, and everything else was inside, it seemed like. So, big shout out to him. But then again, it's just one of those things where, obviously, Halliburton, I said it yesterday, AJ, I said Halliburton was the guy that needed to step up offensively.
Right. Yeah.
And he was a liability off. Now, obviously, we know the little leg injury he had to his right leg. They had to take him back to the locker room. It looks like he was nursing it a little bit. But then again, it's just, you gotta rely on your top guys, and you thought Halliburton throughout the playoffs, when's he going to have that big game to step up and show he's that kind of caliber player. And you kind of look down the stretch, he played during those last few minutes, is the guy right there that just scored, TJ McConnell.
Yeah.
had an outstanding game. I think he finished with 14 points, I believe. 18 points.
But barely played in the fourth quarter.
That's what I'm saying.
Why
did Carlisle not play him? If you're number one guy who has not done anything for you tonight, Halliburton, who only scored like 6 or 8 points, something like that. Yeah. Why would you not have McConnell in the game? As you see another knockdown shot there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling. And then again, if you're going to look at kind of the game of, and I said this yesterday, if you look at a game that's going to cost you, it's going to be this game if you're Indiana. You want this game back in kind of late game situation. You want that fourth quarter back for sure. Because, I mean, we kept on saying, as you see the score right there, 83-76, they kept it in striking distance. But tough luck, and they're going back to Indiana. I still think, I can't change my prediction because I'm already set on Indiana. But I think Indiana's going to come out and do their thing. We're going to go Game 7 in Oklahoma coming up at the end of the week.
And you look at the stats, they're very similar. Indiana shot 45%, the Thunder shot 42%, three-point percentage, Pacers 36%, Thunder much better, 43%, free throw percentage, very even, rebounds, the Pacers won that 50-45. You know what the big difference between the two was last night? Turnovers.
Yep, I was about to say that, turnovers.
Had 23 to just 11 for OKC, and how many points did the Thunder get off 23 turnovers? 32, as opposed to just 9 off of 11 for the Thunder.
Right.
I mean, I've talked about fast break points, which those were pretty even, but in favor of OKC 17-13. But, man, points off turnovers, when you lose a game by 11 points and you got it down to 2 midway through the fourth quarter, you're looking at a 32-9 advantage in points off turnovers. That's a big number, guys.
It is, and honestly, you go back, and if you – now, I know they ended up stealing that game 1, so obviously you win no matter what on that one. But you take a look at some of the games, even throughout the entirety of the playoffs, where Indiana has had turnover struggles, and you just limit those turnovers, even but just by like a little bit, and they've won probably 2 or 3 more games in this entire playoff run, and they probably end up winning this one. Unless OKC just really stomps on the gas, but I really think that the whole momentum really shifted from all those turnovers. So, I mean, I would still think that if Indiana did limit those turnovers, had better ball protection and all that, I think they probably end up winning this game or at least making it closer. So you're looking at the difference between you have a 3-2 lead versus OKC has a 3-2 lead, and they just need one win to win it.
I mean, you look at the Pacers box score, and I'm just looking at it. You got guys off the bench, Toppin 5 of 11, McConnell 8 of 14, Mathurin was 2 of 11. Then you look at some of their starters. We mentioned Halliburton, 0 of 6, 0 of 4 from 3. All 4 points came at the free throw line, which, they were much better from the free throw line last night, 24-30. But outside of Siakam, who was great, 9 of 15, 3 of 6 from 3. Neesmith, pretty good, 5 of 9, 14 points. Miles Turner only shot 5 shots last night. Nimhart only shot 8 shots. Again, Halliburton only shot 6. And then you got 4 starters who didn't get double-digit shots, but you got 3 guys off the bench that did. And that, if you're going to win an NBA championship, or you're at least just going to beat OKC, you need these guys who are in your starting 5 and they're in crunch time to not only hit shots, but shoot, they got to take shots to hit them first.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite between the two teams. It's obviously the Pacers, they've been relying on their bench a lot of times compared to their starters. I mean, obviously you got guys like Siakam that has been probably the MVP for the Pacers throughout this finals run. But again, you look at OKC, they've been relying on their starters to score. And they had some bench guys come in last night that had huge roles, as Cason Wallace from Kentucky, the rookie they just drafted. He had a tremendous game for them. They also had, or they drafted him a year ago, I think, something like that. Anyways, but he had a great game. Aaron Wiggins, who had a great game too. Caruso had some major. He's the defensive player of the year in the finals for me. Absolutely for that.
4 steals last night off the bench.
4 steals off the bench. I mean, it was just unreal all over the place he was. But then I want to go back to that turnovers a little bit, where off of those turnovers, I kind of got curious because I felt like a lot of them came off of fast break points as well. Yeah. Turnovers turned into fast break points. 63% of Oklahoma City's or Pacers turnovers turned into fast break points for Oklahoma City. So that's an eye opener right there for that.
Yeah, big time. And when you look at OKC, of their 5 starters, 2 of them, one had 40 points, great game. I mean, he was 14 to 25. The other had 31 points, 9 to 21 from the field, 13 to 14 at the free throw line. I mean, they're getting it done there. But Holmgren, 4 of 15, 9 points. Hartenstein, or however you say that, and he only shot 1 shot, 1 of 2, and then Dort was 3 of 7. It's almost, you want to look at it that way, like, okay, we got Williams, we got SGA. Do we try to make everybody else beat us if we're going to get to Game 7?
Almost starts to think like that, but the thing is, they are 2 really good players, and even really good players have off nights.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really think the duo of Williams and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, I think with that performance last night, just so far throughout the season, they're probably the best duo when it comes to the NBA right now. But like I said, you look at the type of play they played, I mean, it just kind of looked like, Indiana was just beat by a better team. That's what it looked like. They looked like they were beat by a better team. And, throughout this whole finals run, you were thinking, okay, well, they're a better team whenever it comes to overall team built, with bench players. They play 9 to maybe possibly 10 guys in their rotation. But then again, it just kind of looked like, they only could rely on certain guys down the stretch. I mean, at that point, you just kind of wonder, okay, who are the guys I can count on right now? Obviously, like we said, McConnell, he should have been there at the end of the game. Siakam should have been in the game. Heck, Miles Turner, he hadn't been good this finals, but he played a pretty decent game there for Indiana. So it's just kind of mind-boggling how just kind of just how shipwrecked it was for Indiana. So they're going to be going down. I mean, at first it looked like we were all thinking, okay, they could possibly win this game, steal this one, and then go back to Indiana and try to close it out. Well, now it's Oklahoma City going to Indiana in a crowd that I know is going to be on their toes. They're going to be on fire because it's an elimination game from here on out for Indiana. I don't know what to expect after that performance last night.
I don't know what to expect either. And just trying to take a broad perspective here. Obviously, these are the last 2 teams we've got, and I feel like these are the best teams that we have. Yeah. But you look at Indiana's resume, so to speak. You remember what seed they are?
4 seed.
4 seed.
A 4 seed, yeah. Well, they're going against the team that is the best team in the entire NBA. So, I mean, it's not, from a broad kind of standpoint, it's not shocking to see how Oklahoma City can do this to Indiana. Obviously, Indiana is a really good team. We've had a hard-fought series already. Obviously, going back to Game 1, that they stole it at OKC, that was incredible. So I'm not getting anything. I'm not taking anything away from Indiana, but just taking a look at this game and knowing how all that kind of broad picture is. Oklahoma City proved that they were the best team in the NBA tonight, and now they have to do it one more time, and they'll be crowned champions.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that kind of goes back to, I think we've been spoiled from the past few years. I mean, if you look at teams like Cleveland and Golden State having those so-called super teams, you expect 1 seeds and 2 seeds to get there. Now we're at a point in the NBA with the new collective bargaining agreement, salary cap deals and all that stuff, how you're only going to have superstar players that you put together for about 2 to 3 seasons, and then you're going to have to move them. Look at Boston right now. They're going to have to make a pick and choose between Tatum and Brown, and do you want to get rid of Brown right now because Tatum's hurt? So you kind of look at it from a standpoint of, okay, look at the West. I mean, you've got so many competitive teams where Golden State could have been at the 2nd seed if they would have won a few more games. So it's just kind of one of those things where you can't count out any teams, and like you just kind of look at, we keep on saying, I'm going to keep on saying it, getting hot at the right time, and that's what Indiana did. Even though they were a 4 seed, they've proven that, with their offense, with Rick Carlisle, a championship experienced coach like that, they can get to where they need to be. We saw it last year, them getting to the conference finals, getting eliminated by Boston, and now they're on a brink of elimination. But then again, it just shows that a team that's a 4 seed that you wouldn't expect to beat a Cleveland, or, I mean, a lot of people expected them to beat Milwaukee in the first round, but they didn't expect them to beat Cleveland like they did in 5 games, and then New York beating them in 6 games. So it's just one of those things where I think we're in a different time in the NBA where super teams are no longer going to be a thing, and if they are, you're only going to get them for 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah, and I completely agree, and I feel like, going back, what I said was, like, I'm not taking anything away from Indiana. They have proven that this is the 2 best teams that are in the finals.
They've proven that system works too.
And they've proven that system works too. But you look at the game that they just had against OKC. OKC proved for that game that they're still the best team in the NBA. Indiana has to go and take that from them, and they've proven that they can. And I think that they could easily back in Indiana. I'm leaning towards this is definitely going to a Game 7. Yeah. And, I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't want the series to end. Take as long as you want because this is just fantastic.
If I'm Oklahoma, I'm wanting to get this done because if you give them any fire with this team right now, you're in trouble. That's why I think it needs to. If you're Oklahoma, you need to get this done in 6 because if you go to Game 7, even though you got home court advantage, it's all or nothing at that point. Win or go home. So
and the whole pressure is different at that point.
Oh, it's unreal. The officiating is going to be different.
Scott Foster.
Oh gosh, I hope he's not in that one.
Extender.
Oh please, I love Scott, but I hope he's not in Game 7 if there is one.
Game 6 Thursday night opening line. OKC 4.5 points. Total points 224.5. So that's where it stands.
What's the plus minus between the two for the money line? Is there one that put out there?
I don't know. I just saw what they had on the schedule.
Okay. OKC was favored. What did you say? 4.5.
4.5. Yeah.
I'm not shocked by that, but I mean, if I had to put a projection out for that game right now, I think Indiana takes it, and we got a Game 7 going back to OKC.
Yeah. I know the money line. It was last night. It was Oklahoma City -120 to Indiana +320, something like that.
Some kind of breaking news going on right now in the NBA. The Pacers, speaking of, are trading their first-round pick in next week's draft, the 23rd overall pick to the New Orleans Pelicans, reacquiring their own first-round pick back in 2026. The Pelicans will also receive the rights of former Indiana G League player Mojave King. So the trade clears out $3.2 million in salary cap space for the Pacers, who now possess their own first-round pick in 7 consecutive drafts starting in 2026.
See, they're playing in something now. They're trying to go get somebody.
Yep. They know from reading that and kind of knowing how, Indiana, they have a team that is really, really good, but you wonder maybe they're just wanting one, like maybe they think, hey, we need one more piece.
Well, that in my mind, that automatically brings up they're going to either try to go get somebody to pair with that team, or do what Memphis did, try to ship out one of your guys that's on a big contract to get a better player and get that extra money and try to get a first-round pick to trade to get that contract.
I definitely agree with that. I think they're making a move to do something. They know that they've got a really good team to begin with, but maybe just trying to add on that one piece that, maybe they feel like they're missing, and we'll see what happens.
I mean,
Some other interesting news here, guys. Kevin Durant. I don't know if you saw the 3 teams that he's interested in going to: Spurs, Rockets, and what was in the
Miami Heat. Yep.
So I get it from his standpoint. The Rockets, you probably have a good chance to win a championship.
Yep.
The Spurs, I don't know. The Heat, you're not.
No, you're not winning a championship with Miami.
And at this point, if you look at it from all 3 teams' perspectives, if you're the Spurs, more than likely you give up the second pick. And the guy standing right there, Harper, at number 2, looks really good that you can pair him up with Wemby. Rockets got a lot of young talent. Maybe they have the most to offer to go get him. The Heat,
you're not winning the championship.
You're just going for vacation.
At that point,
what you're doing.
And from Durant's perspective, you're wanting that championship.
Right. Yeah. And you want something to kind of validate yourself, separate from Steph and separate from Clay.
If you want something instantly, go to Houston. Go to Houston, and I think he's going to Houston because we know the rumor that he and Ime Udoka are really good buddies, and he's the head coach. Yeah. If I'm putting in a trade package for them, obviously Houston, I think they've got the 7th, 8th, 9th overall pick in this upcoming draft from Phoenix. Whenever that Russell Westbrook trade took place. Or no, excuse me, one of those trades, something like that. Anyways, but I think, package him, Jalen Green, obviously a good young talent there. Hasn't proven, crunch time, you can really rely on him. But, then again, a moving piece for that. Then you look at, you just got to look at the overall guys that you're going to be pairing with. A veteran championship player with Fred VanVleet, a good young upcoming center with Alfred Sengun. And they got Reed Shepherd, the former 3rd overall pick last year from Kentucky. So, if I'm Kevin Durant, Houston would be the one I'm circling right now.
And also on top of that, if you're Phoenix, get some guys in return.
Get some picks in return.
Get some picks. Get some guys that you can build around Devin Booker.
Yep.
And maybe just find a way to convince Bradley Beal to retire.
Yeah. Or lift his trade clause like, hey, I'll give you a second round pick for Bradley Beal.
Yeah. Just something. Just get out of my hair. Well, guys, coming up next, somebody could be winning a championship tonight on the ice. We'll take a look at Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals when we return here on Exports Today.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit southerncraftmfg.com.
Hey Lawrenceburg, looking for something new? Come to Happy G's, located at 210 East Gain Street. We have pitching machines, batting cages, and even indoor golf. Powered by TrackMan, our system is perfect for practice or play. With over 300 courses as well as multiple mini games, it is perfect for all ages and abilities. We even offer packages for group events such as birthday parties and business lunches. So let's go! Come get your game on indoors at Happy G's.
Welcome to the newly remodeled Brass Lantern. For over 30 years, we've been serving delicious food to excellent people. Brass Lantern takes pride in authenticity, serving fresh, homemade food to please any member of the family. From mouth-watering to one-of-a-kind steaks served with gourmet marinade, to salad with our signature honey mustard dressing, specialty fruit tea, drafts, and much more. Our food is always prepared daily. Whether you come in with friends or family, you'll appreciate that fresh is better.
Top quality equipment rentals at the right price. It's not too good to be true at Rent Right Equipment and Sales. We guarantee clean, reliable products that are up to your standards. Our family-owned business has been doing that for more than 40 years. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff take care of you from purchase to maintenance. Saws, drills, lifts, mowers, generators, you name it, we've got it. Stop by and see our inventory today, located on Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg.
Going the distance for local sports. This is Exports Today.
Welcome back to Exports Today. AJ Good, joined by Taylor Plott and Hayden Burks. And guys, we just talked about the NBA and game number 5. The trophy will be in Indiana on Thursday night. Well, guess what? The oldest trophy in all of pro sports is in the building. The cup is in the house in Florida tonight. Panthers 3-2 advantage over the Edmonton Oilers. Panthers win the night. They're back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Edmonton wins tonight. We go back to Canada for everyone's favorite game, Game 7 for the Stanley Cup Finals. Big game tonight. You're looking at the money line. Oilers plus 135, Panthers minus 155. Total goals 6.5 right now, plus 105 if you want to put some money on that. But this is going to be, I think, a crazy game. A lot on the line, and I think these guys are really going to go at it.
Yeah, I really think Edmonton is the team that's going to really put some pressure on Florida. Florida, they're going to play good. I'm not going to say they're going to play conservative, but I think they're going to play good enough to win. I think Edmonton, they're obviously going to be the offensive team that's going to, push the hardest, try to get as many things going offensively, get more shot attempts and all that stuff. But I think Florida, I really believe that they're going to play into the crowd's hands. I think that they're going to rely on that crowd to have their back going down the stretch, second, third quarter, start making a run and all that stuff, and then try to get it. I think we're going to overtime now, AJ. I really think we're going to overtime.
We're due for one.
Yeah, we're due for another overtime.
Every other game.
Every other game. We're due for an overtime. I think it's going to happen tonight.
Yep. I honestly, I don't know what to expect. I completely agree with you that I feel like Edmonton's obviously going to come out. Their backs are against the wall. They have to win this game. Obviously, it's over. So I don't know if obviously that's motivation to begin with. But hey, you look back and it's like, when was the last time Canada had a Stanley Cup? And it was
1994.
94, 93, something like that. 93.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, you just got to dig deep and find as much motivation as you can to get out and get this win. And they've proven that they can obviously beat Florida. I mean, you see one of the, game 4 that they were down 3-0, and then all of a sudden it's boom, 3-3. Yeah. Obviously, Florida ties it in like the last second to go into overtime, but then they end up Edmonton managed to get it done. But honestly, I don't know what to expect for this game, other than I know Edmonton's going to come out and fight like crazy. I mean, on one hand, I can see Florida obviously winning this, home crowd, home court, or home ice advantage. But man, I wouldn't be shocked if Edmonton gets a steal here.
I think it's going to be a hard fought, sloppy game between both teams. Like, there's going to be a lot of mistakes made from both teams.
Yeah,
it's just going to be one of those things where, I mean, I think Edmonton is going to force the hand on Florida. And it's going to lead to both teams just kind of not playing their best. But then again, down the stretch, I think Florida, they'll end up making a run. Like I said, Edmonton, in my opinion, will be the team that will strike first, start and get a big lead. Maybe not a huge lead, but maybe a 2-0 lead. And here comes Florida. I think, in my opinion, they'll play with the crowd. The crowd will get them back into it. So I think this is going to be a environment-based game tonight.
Yeah, I can see that. And the thing that I would caution, especially from an Edmonton standpoint, is you don't need to go into this game being sloppy. I agree that there's probably a really good chance that this ends up being the sloppy game, at least for like the first, I would say maybe 2 periods, and then everybody starts to really settle in. But if Edmonton comes out and they are really sloppy and Florida takes advantage of that, I know Edmonton's done it before. Obviously, we just talked about Game 4. They were down 3-0 and they come back and tie it. This game, you cannot go down by that much because it is a completely different animal in this situation. So if they go down 3-0, I think it's going to be very hard for them to come back and get a win.
And they're putting their starter back in, and that Stuart Skinner, who was benched for the last game. His replacement did not do great, so they're going with their guy, backing up with Skinner tonight. And the Panthers, honestly, I think if this game goes sloppy, that works more in Florida's favor.
Yeah.
Edmonton's got to have a smoother, more finesse type of game, need to speed this group up, force turnovers on their end, and put a lot of pucks on Bobrovsky, get a lot of chances. I mean, McDavid's had a lot of good assists, just one goal so far here in the Stanley Cup Finals. He needs to step up in a big way. Draisaitl's done his job. The rest of the team has done its job. But for me, I think it really comes down to, is Skinner in the right headspace? Can he handle the pressure? And can the Oilers not make it a sloppy game? Because, I'm reading what the Panthers players are saying. They're treating this like it's a Game 7.
Yeah. Well, that should both teams at this point. Yeah.
So, Edmonton's going to, like you said, Hayden, Edmonton's going to dump their wad here tonight. Like, how many other game plans you got, it has to happen tonight because it's got to be perfect tonight. Or your season ends, and it ends to the same team that ended your season a year ago.
You got to show your hand. That's what it is tonight. You're going to have to show your hand regardless of what Game 7 holds. Tonight, it's elimination from at this point. Like, you have to give whatever that you haven't shown Florida. You got to show it to them tonight.
Yeah.
Even no matter what happens in Game 7.
And you've proven that when you attack Florida the way that you have attacked, where you get tons and tons of shots on goal. I mean, I can't tell you how many possessions that I saw on that Game 4 specifically when they came back from a 3-0 deficit, where they were down on their Florida's end of the ice, and they were just hammering that goal with shots on goal. Now, obviously, not all of them went in, but you kept giving yourselves opportunity, and you wore that Florida defense down, and you finally were able to chip away and tie that game. They need to do that, and they need to do that early. They need to come out with a punch and just make Florida feel like they're the ones in the corner and not Edmonton.
Yeah, got there a lot of pucks on net, put a lot of pressure on that group, and see what happens. Well, Taylor, you weren't here yesterday. No, you're a big golf guy. So your thoughts, what happened on Oakmont this past
my
week?
goodness. I mean, on one hand, that's the way that you want the U.S. Open to play. But on the other hand, my goodness, talk about the carnage that was out there on the course. Obviously, hats off to Spawn. I mean, that to shoot a 40 on the front nine. Now, of course, you take out all the fact that it's raining, the course is wet, the conditions have deteriorated. You shot a 40 on the front nine, and you turned it around, and you gave yourself a chance. And I tell you, that driver's shot on was it 17? That's the drivable par 4, I think is what it is. I mean, holy cow, that you couldn't even place it in a better spot than that to give you a chance at an eagle there. And then obviously coming in on 18, getting a good shot into the green, and that he put it in the position where you wanted to be. You needed 2 putts to win. And yeah, that's a long putt, but it's not the hardest putt from that spot. You can get it close enough to where you can get that second putt in, and of course he just drained it. It's like, forget that. I'm just going to have this in one shot. But just taking a look at just how everything evolved, I think when you really look at it, that's the way you want a U.S. Open to be. You want it to be the ultimate challenge. The course has to be hard. Obviously, they ended up chopping the rough just a little bit because obviously at some point too much is too much, and it's just completely unfair. But that course played the way it needed to play, and the fact that you had the rain and stuff kind of impact it just made it even more of a challenge. And I tell you what, that was a fascinating and at the same time exhilarating final round. I mean, everything you would think that, okay, well, it looks like what's his name? Who was I'm blanking on who it was. He was in the lead for like several holes. Burns, thank you. I knew it started with a B. It felt like Burns was like, okay, he's in that position. It's just everybody else is falling apart. Adam Scott, you felt like at one point, okay, here he comes. He's going to end up probably clinching this, and then he falls back. And then, again, out of nowhere, J.J. Spawn just, holy cow. Yeah,
caught fire, and I think he got helped by the rain because that kind of slowed some things down.
You had that break,
yeah. Be more aggressive going that pinch. You can be more aggressive with your putts. So I think that certainly helped his cause. We kind of talked about it yesterday, but, man, ever since Rory won that Grand Slam, he's just kind of gone into don't give a you-know-what mode.
Yeah.
And not only is it in his mental attitude with the media, it's that way on the course as well.
It's that way on the course as well, and I mean, it is one of those things where it's like you sit back and it's like you did everything you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You're a Grand Slam winner. And, yeah, it's almost like, okay, you just kind of sit back and just, ride off into the sunset, I guess. But, I mean, he's taking it to just it just seems like, yeah, you're right. He just doesn't – almost like he just doesn't care anymore. Yeah. I don't know if that's truly the case, or maybe he's just gotten – maybe he got comfortable to the point, he does care, but he now has that, stuff off of his back, and it's just kind of affected his game a little bit. But, you're right. I felt like he was probably one of the contenders up there, obviously, with the Scotty Scheffler, with a John Rahm, with obviously Brooks Koepka, and you feel like some others are going to be up there. DeChambeau's up there usually, and it just ate everybody alive. Yeah. And going back to you talk about that with all the rain and stuff, you had a very long break. Did you hear the story of what J.J. Spawn said that happened with his daughter overnight? His daughter had a stomach virus or something. yeah, it was not good. He got not a lot of sleep from what I heard. And he talked about that. And he said he wasn't obviously saying that was the reason why he shot a 40 on the front, but it definitely contributed to he did not feel like he was at his A game. And I feel like having that hour, 40-ish minute weather delay, probably reset his mind, got himself to relax a little bit, take a break, and then he came back and he was just clicking on all cylinders from that point.
Racing with this guy, golf with this guy, sweet spot. We can do an hour long and you all just talking about your favorite sports all day long. Well, guys, coming up next, we had history, college baseball yesterday, a no-no for the first time in 65 years. We'll talk about it next.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
Comprehensive care with a compassionate touch. That will always be the guarantee at Encompass Healthcare in Etheridge, Tennessee. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or weight loss treatments, the team at Encompass is equipped to serve your needs today. The doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5 and from 8 to noon on Fridays. Make an appointment with providers Kendra Brown, Tori Cox, or Ellie Brown today. That's Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, next door to Chapman Tire.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
Let me tell you about a place that has it all. For your home, bedroom, kitchen, lawn, and more. It's a home-owned and home-operated business that's been around for over 70 years, so you know they're doing something right. At Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg, you'll find top name brands for every room of your house, and top brands for the outside too. Looking for appliances, televisions, couches, safes, bedding, mowers, and well, the list goes on. So make the drive today to 824 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg and be treated right.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
Welcome back to X Sports Today. AJ Good with Taylor Plott and Hayden Burks. And guys, we're talking some college baseball, just a bit of an update. We had a game suspended yesterday. LSU defeated UCLA just a few minutes ago, so UCLA will face Arkansas tonight. Elimination game, we got Oregon State and Louisville in an elimination.
Elimination. There we go.
How many times I've messed up elimination?
It's a hard word.
It is it is a hard word.
I'm trying to. Telling them how I got not much sleep because of a crying 5-month-old and a sick 3-year-old.
Getting the JJ Spawn treatment over there.
Elimination, and I'll probably never be able to say that word right ever again. So, but anyways, the big story yesterday was Gage Wood of Arkansas put on one heck of a performance. The first no-hitter since 1960, just the third in College World Series history, went the distance, 19 strikeouts, which is a College World Series record, 119 pitches, 19 Ks, and Arkansas, who defeated Murray State 3-0, and this was kind of the perfect ingredients for him because his team needed him because his offense was not good yesterday except for a couple spots, but most of the time in the College World Series, you only score 3 runs, you're not winning the game.
Yeah.
And here they are. They absolutely needed a dominant performance, and they got an all-time dominant performance out of Gage Wood yesterday.
Not to take anything away from Murray State. They got here. They fought their way. They are a really, really good team, but you're going up against an Arkansas team that is one of the best in the nation, and they were just outmatched the entire game. And so hats off to Murray State for having that amazing run. And I don't know if you've seen the social media stuff where obviously people are looking at their field and they're like, holy cow, this is a college baseball field. Hopefully that maybe gets them into the spotlight, that they can get some good stuff towards their field and facilities. But, I mean, amazing run by them. But like I said, they're going up against one of the best teams in the nation and one of the best pitchers out there. And, I mean, he proved that he just mowed through that lineup like crazy. I will say this, guys. I was shocked to hear that was the first no-hitter in College World Series history since the 60s.
65
There's
was
only
last
been, there's only been 3. So
yeah.
The first one, Jim Erler of Texas, 1950, then Jim Wixon
from Oklahoma State.
State in 1960. And, wow.
I'm honestly shocked by that, the amount of great pitchers that have come through that.
And he only gave up 1 base runner on a hit by pitch, so he just missed a perfect game. And the only time Murray State really challenged him, a guy hit a ball to the wall that was caught a high drive. I think it was about second or third inning, and that's the only time Murray State really challenged him. And the big thing here, Hayden, me and you talked about it during the break. You're watching what Gage Wood is doing. These aren't guys chasing pitches. He is in the zone challenging hitters. Or I say that, and the guy just chases a high fastball. but
that's close enough.
Yeah, he's throwing he's aggressive with the slider. Aggressive. Look at it. It's a strike. He's throwing strikes. He's got great stuff. And he just said, it's a hot day. We've got storms coming. I'm just going to go out there and just challenge these guys, make them hit my best pitches.
And look at that pitch count, by the way. That was the pitch number 119.
Yeah. We've got guys in our area that throw 119 pitches in 5 innings. This guy did it in 9 innings, and he gave up just 1 batter on a hit by pitch. And it's just, it's almost like that is how you need to pitch. If you got great stuff, be in the zone, challenge hitters, quit trying to paint the corners, quit trying to, you go down 0-2, now your next pitch is a fastball 5 feet outside thinking that guy's going to chase it. That wasn't what he was doing. He was challenging hitters from start to finish, and he made college baseball history at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. 19 strikeouts with 119 pitches. It was just an unreal performance. I was watching. I was peeking at the game when me and Michael were doing SEC tailgate. And I just kept looking. I was like, good grief. And then I got the notification at the final score. I'm thinking, wow, that was – I was telling Michael live on the show, I said, I've seen a lot of baseball games, but that's probably the best performance I've seen from a pitcher in that standpoint. So it was unreal. That kid right there, he just did something unbelievable from that standpoint. But overall, I really think Wood really put his name into the first round with that for the upcoming MLB draft. So shout out to him. And I was telling my buddies this after the Babe Ruth games got canceled and we went to eat after. I told him, I said, whoever wins this game, if it's UCLA or LSU, whoever loses better be packing up and getting ready to go home. because Arkansas, they going to win that next game against UCLA. It's going to be LSU and Arkansas in that championship winners bracket on that side.
Yeah, and but you also got to think about it. You got to get through UCLA. That's not going to be easy. But then I started thinking long term. As we're all baseball guys, and we kind of think long term. Okay, where's your pitching at? Okay, now you went through your number 2. You're throwing your number 3 tonight. Now you're probably, if you make it, you play again when. Let me take a quick.
They'll play again Wednesday. I think.
It should be tomorrow.
Yeah,
they will. They'll play again. You're right. They'll play again Wednesday. Okay, now you're going to have to throw your Tuesday, Wednesday guy, unless you want to throw your number 1 on short rest. And more than likely, you probably won't have Wood until you get to the championship series. So the pitching has got to line up somehow here. So that was a great performance, but you're thinking long term with your pitching. You need, because Root was not good against LSU.
No,
he was not.
Wasn't. So you got to think kind of long term how this is going to work out for everyone. Just like how good is the depth of your pitching.
Neither performance between LSU and UCLA wasn't that particularly good. I mean, they had some spurts of good performance, but between the two of them, they really didn't have a standout performance like Anderson did in that first round against Arkansas, and then Wood did yesterday against Murray State. So.
And you make a good point. It's like you're getting to and this is obviously where a head coach, and even going to the majors, a manager, you talk about World Series, you're going into Game 6 or Game 7 potentially, and you do want to have your best stuff on the mound, obviously, to give you the best chance. But at some point, and Arkansas is getting to that point, if not in it already, where it's like this is all hands on deck now. Yeah, you had we'll go out there and what was it, 119? Well, I say 119 pitches. I mean, all hands on deck. If you need him, he's going to have to be called.
And you rested your bullpen. No one had.
You did. That was a good thing with it.
I was saying they're just watching history. That's what they were doing.
I mean, but again, it was almost like a picture perfect. Like, let's show every young pitcher how you handle a big game.
Yep.
Have your best stuff. Be in the zone. Challenge hitters. And that's what he did. Right now, Louisville leading Oregon State 1-0 here, top of the second.
Yeah.
So that's
we picked Louisville too.
Yeah.
That's me and Michael. We picked Louisville.
That's an elimination game. The winner will get Coastal Carolina.
Bless their hearts.
Yeah.
Chanticleers
at 1 o'clock, and then you'll have LSU and the
winner of
UCLA
this
Arkansas. That will be tomorrow.
Coastal Carolina's chasing their 26th straight win too.
Yep.
It's incredible.
They're like unstoppable right now.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I mean, for 8 brand new teams, and you've got these quote unquote mid majors kind of being the story of things. And again, you kind of feel bad for the Murray States of the world. Your pitching was good. Pitching was other than one bad inning in the first game, and then you faced 2 historic performances in back-to-back games. You just
and Arkansas didn't hit good until the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing where it's like, Murray State is a really good team, and they've obviously proven that to get to this point where you're going up against an SEC caliber type of team, a really good team, and unfortunately you have that kind of win out where Arkansas gets enough to be able to get it done.
Yeah. So other kind of baseball news from yesterday, Shohei Ohtani, guys. Goes back to the mound, throws an inning, gives up a couple hits, doesn't give up a run, but he did hit 100 on the gun in the 28 pitches that he threw. So, he's kind of back in the mix. You don't really know what the Dodgers are going to do with him. Is this going to be, okay, we're just going to do 2 or 3 of these kind of 1 to 2 inning things before we really extend them out? It's kind of – and the thing with the Dodgers, they're in a good situation to where, we've got deep pitching, we've got good hitting. We can kind of just fool around and still find a way to win the West.
Honestly, I feel like this is a perfect thing for him to do, at least for, I would say at least a handful of games, is go with the kind of old adage where you have a so-called bullpen game where he's the starter, but he's the one that just goes out and gives you a couple of innings, and you kind of move on from that. I feel like that's honestly a good spot for the Dodgers to be in, get his feet wet again, make sure that everything's okay, and kind of get him back into the routine, and then just start to extend him, have him go an inning, maybe 2 innings, start off a ball game, flip to the bullpen, and then once you feel comfortable enough, I'm just throwing numbers out there, maybe like third or fourth outing or something like that. All right, extend them. Let's see if we can get through 5 or 6.
Right.
Yeah, I was watching the game yesterday. Well, I was really watching the College World Series, but I was peeking on my phone and saw Tony. He only threw an inning. I wasn't really expecting more than 2 innings for him. Like you said, just kind of, hey, look, there was some rust there. You could tell there was a little bit of rust. But then again, like you said, the Dodgers are in a good spot with their pitching staff to know, okay, hey, we're in a good spot right now. Let's just, bring him back slowly. Yeah. We're in no rush. I mean, we're there's a good battle for their division. But then again, you're in a good position right now to do something with it. But I think they'll bring him back slowly. Like you said, they'll probably extend him. Okay, let's see what he can do in 2 innings. And then go 3, 4, and then go from there. And then kind of like play bullpen game after that.
If you have that mentality, obviously we're not in the postseason yet by any chance. But, I mean, having this during the regular season, you can plan that out just like you would. Who's going to be your starter that day. You can go ahead and plan on, hey, this is going to be an extended bullpen game. Have him go an inning, 2 innings, 3 innings, and then put like a long if I can speak too, long reliever in there too. Just have an extended bullpen game. And honestly, that obviously you don't want your bullpen to get tired, but that can help your bullpen too, especially for pitchers who might be kind of struggling a little bit. You can give them that kind of little bit of a leash to try to work on some things.
I mean, it's not like we're like 2 weeks away from the postseason. We still got a long way to go.
So you can, from the broad picture, I think this is a really good spot for the Dodgers.
We're
to be able
just
to have
about to reach halfway.
Yeah.
So.
And the way the Cubs have kind of done this a little bit too, they'll give them an inning, and then the guy you had regularly scheduled to start will come in after that, and it's almost kind of, especially if that guy can give you 6, well, next you know that's 7 innings. And you only need your bullpen for 2.
Yeah.
Giancarlo Stanton back in the lineup for the Yankees, went 2 for 4 yesterday as they lost 1-0 in extra innings, and then Red Sox saying that Devers didn't have alignment with the front office, and the reason why they dealt him for pennies out to San Francisco. Kind of a, it's almost like just when you think somebody couldn't have a worse Luka Doncic type deal, the Red Sox, I mean, he's not Luka by any shape of the imagination when it comes to baseball. But it's almost like, the Red Sox go, hold my beer. We'll just give this guy away for anything.
I'm going to just start off with a quote from my cousin in our group chat. And again, we're all sports fans, so this is not coming out of left field at all. But all of a sudden, I just get a text, and he's just like, Braves fans, y'all want to have a misery party? And of course, we're all jumping on board with that. But I mean, that's kind of the same way with the Red Sox right now. It's just like, what is going on up there in Boston?
I meant to ask Michael what his thoughts were, but I don't think he really wants to talk about it.
No, not many people do. Kind of a sore subject.
Just a little bit.
Just a little sore subject.
Yeah, we'll get into more Major League Baseball. There's a lot of trade rumors floating out there. So obviously, some trades are happening.
The Braves are actually intrigued with Devers, and that fell apart with Anthopoulos. So I mean, that's. Yeah, there's a lot of rumors floating around with that, and we'll just see how things go.
We will see how things go. We'll talk some more of that tomorrow. Also, some news out of the PGA. We'll talk about that tomorrow as well. But coming up next, guys, it's Tuesday. I'm going to start a new tradition. These guys don't know what's coming. It's Trivia Tuesday.
Oh, boy.
Our final segment. We return here on Exports Today.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence.
Did you know that Resource MFG, an employee bridge company in Lawrenceburg, is the first and largest national manufacturing staffing company? They work alongside the top plants and facilities in the area to provide you with job opportunities in production, quality, maintenance, supervision, and all levels of management. Resource MFG has positions open right now to meet your needs today and a full staff ready to work with industrial partners to grow opportunities for this generation of workers and the next. Reach out today and start your employment journey with Resource MFG.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years. During that time, Mac Brown photographers have photographed children, seniors, weddings, schools, musicians, and commercial businesses. The studio takes great pride in producing quality photographs and services for its many clients. While the studio has adapted as times have changed, their goal of providing excellent photography has remained constant. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website at macbrownphoto.com or give them a call at 931-762-4263. Let the professionals at Mac Brown Photography turn your memories into treasures.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
Welcome back to X Sports Today. AJ Good, joined by Taylor Plott, Hayden Burks, and guys, throwing a new segment at them. We're going to try to do some themes, on the show to keep it fun and lively, especially the summer coming up. And, there's going to have some parts where we're just not going to have a ton to talk about.
Yeah.
So one of them, I'm going to call it Trivia Tuesday. We got a basketball question and a baseball question here to start off the show. We'll give Hayden what he wants here. We'll give him the basketball question first. Okay, Hayden. There are, if I don't mess it up on my phone, there are 12 players in NBA history with 3,000 points in a season. That includes the playoffs. Some of them have done it multiple times, but how many can you all name of the 12 players who have 3,000 plus points in the season, including the playoffs?
LeBron James.
He is not on the list.
Really? Wow. Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Yes, he did it in the 2013-2014 season.
Okay. James Harden.
James Harden. He did it in the 2018-2019 season.
Okay. Steph Curry. I don't think he's on the list.
Steph is not on the list.
Okay. Larry Bird.
Larry Bird is not on the list.
That's honestly one I was thinking of.
Wow.
There's actually only 2 guys who have done it twice.
How about Kobe?
Kobe is on the list, 2005, 2006.
So was that 3?
Yeah, there's 3. Shaquille O'Neal.
99, 2000. That's when Shaq did it.
Okay. Magic wouldn't be on there.
One of them is in the finals. Right?
One was in the finals. Okay. Shea?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah,
okay.
3,000.
Yeah,
Oh, that was this year.
That
Okay.
makes sense, yeah. Let's just kind of go year by year. Tatum didn't do it.
No.
Jokic definitely didn't do it. You said LeBron didn't do it.
There's one of them that played in last year's finals.
So that was Boston. Oh, Luka.
Yeah, Luka did it last year, 3,000 plus, and everybody else is not playing right now.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see if they're not playing right now. Michael Jordan.
10 times.
I was about to say you hadn't said him yet.
Yeah.
He's
Well, I was
definitely on there.
trying to get all the ones out of the way because I knew he
Yeah.
would. Okay. So how many do we have left? Like
You've got
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
5 left. Okay.
All Hall of Famers.
Hall of
obviously.
Famers. Allen Iverson, maybe.
He's not on the list.
The list. Okay. D Wade, he wouldn't be on the list. Let's see, 02, 03. None of those Pistons teams. None of their players would have done it. Shaq, Kevin Garnett.
No, you got to go older.
I'm about to say I have a name that I'm pretty
Kareem?
sure I know was on there.
Yeah,
Kareem.
71, 72.
How about Wilt?
Wilt.
5 times.
Yeah.
So him and Jordan, the only ones to do it multiple
Okay,
times.
so we're down to 3, 4 now.
3.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll kind of be surprised if you guys get any of these.
Pete Maravich.
No.
What years are we talking about now?
62, 63, 66, 67, 74, 75.
Elgin Baylor.
Wow.
He got it.
Dang, that was really good.
That came out of nowhere.
Wow. And now you're down to 2.
Down to 2. Back then, you said 72, 73?
No, that was 62, 63, 74, 75.
Bill Walton.
No.
Rick Barry wouldn't be on there.
Yes, he is.
Oh, really? Wow.
66, 67. So you're
I
down
couldn't
to
believe
one.
Rick Barry would have done it.
Did you say Magic yet?
Magic is
I
not
said
on.
Magic probably wouldn't be on there.
It's not on. Okay.
We're
So
down
the
to
last
this
one is 70.
It's actually a former Magic teammate,
Player.
but before
Okay.
Magic was even in the league. So he did this in
Former.
74, 75.
Okay. Former Magic teammate. Oh, shoot. I don't. What's his name? Ben Worthy?
No. 74, 75.
Oh, this is killing him.
Just killing me. It's driving me nuts.
We're doing this every Tuesday.
Yes.
I got them all but one.
Honestly, I feel like the name, whether he says it or you have to say it, I feel like we'll all know.
I
exactly
know who
it
it
is.
is. I mean, I know who it is.
This is before Magic even got in the league.
Got
He
in the
was
league.
a Magic teammate at one point. I believe he did win a title or two with Magic.
Go ahead and hit me with it.
Bob McAdoo.
Bob McAdoo. Wow.
Punch myself for that one.
Gotta love it. All right, here we go.
Got them all but one.
Baseball. There were 7 guys who are members of the 500 home run and 3,000 hit club.
How many again?
7.
7. Albert Pujols, is he one of them?
He is number 2.
He's number 2.
3 home runs, 3,384 hits.
Is Hank Aaron on there?
Number 1.
Okay.
755.
I was about to say he had obviously a lot of hits. So
3,700 hits.
Aaron Pujols, Chipper Jones.
No.
How many home runs did he end up?
Did he go to 5? I thought he did 400.
I thought it was
4.
I knew it was 4 something. I just didn't know if he went
3,000
500
hits. I'm pretty sure it was like 450.
It's 450. Mark McGuire.
No. He never reached 3,000 hits.
I want to. Cal Ripken can't be on there. Is it? About to say he didn't have the pop. Yeah, he didn't have the pop. So we
I
got.
think he barely got 300 to be honest.
Yeah, we've got Aaron, obviously 1. Pujols, he said, was 2.
Mm-hmm.
So how many more was it? 4?
5.
5 more?
5 left.
5 left. Alex Rodriguez.
Number 3, 696, 3,115 hits.
Alex Rodriguez.
You got another steroid guy on this list.
Sammy Sosa.
No.
Oh, Barry Bonds. Duh.
No.
Really? Not Barry
Barry
Bonds?
Bonds did not have 3,000 career hits.
Wow.
He had like what 2,700 something like that.
Well, yes, but,
He was close.
but he was also walked a crazy amount.
That's right. He was walked a lot.
That's what hurt his chances for 3,000 hits.
But he said another steroid guy.
Mm-hmm. Now think about Mike. He did it in front of Congress.
Oh, that's right. Who was that?
Sweet swinging lefty.
Sweet swinging lefty.
Not Griffey, because Griffey is not on the list. Hate to spoil another answer there, but
Well, yeah, I figured I probably would have gotten around to Griffey at some point. Griffey's on there.
No, he's
not on there. Okay, I thought you said he was on there.
No, he's not. I don't think he didn't get the 300 career hits. 3,000 career hits.
Man, I'm running out of options here. Or golly, Babe Ruth.
No.
Help me out, Hayden.
Look, I told you. I said my baseball knowledge ain't there.
Yeah.
You got the top 3.
I got the top 3,
good.
and 4 though, right? I thought I had or no, A-Rod was after.
You've got Aaron Pujols and A-Rod.
And A-Rod, that's right. 4 left. Geez, who was the steroid guy?
Rafael Palmeiro.
569,
3,020 career hits.
I would not have gotten that.
You've got one that just retired recently.
Okay.
On this list.
Oh boy.
So you got a absolute legend, and then you've got one who just retired recently, and one very underrated name on this list.
Very underrated name.
Most people don't know he's in the 500 home run club.
Someone who just retired.
Yeah.
What team? That might help me.
Detroit.
God, I can see him.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel Cabrera.
511 home runs, 3,174 hits.
Miguel Cabrera. And you said a legend, because I feel like there's someone.
He's in that top 10 greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
Discussion.
Ted Williams.
No. His World War II days hurt his chances for a lot of things.
That's true. Obviously, we already did Babe Ruth. It's not Babe Ruth.
I'll give you Eddie Murray. He's at 504.
I would have not have gotten that one.
3,255 hits. So the other one.
Is that the underrated one that you're talking about?
That was the underrated. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that one. But this one, all right, what year time span are we looking at?
50s. He's 50s, 60s. Played for the Giants and the Mets.
Giants and the Mets.
More known for the Giants than anything else.
You're going to tell me this is going to be like, of course, why did I not even think of that?
Yeah, there's probably a lot of people watching going,
yeah. Taylor, come on now. God, my brain can't think of it.
From a quote from Major League, I play like, but I run like.
Oh, Willie Mays.
Yes.
Holy cow. Wait, hang on. He had over 500 home runs?
660, actually.
Golly.
He's been in that top, he's not top 5 anymore, but always it was like Aaron, Ruth, Mays.
Yeah.
It was always like 1, 2, 3.
I knew, amazing base runner, base stealer, an amazing hitter, but for some reason I did not click that he had that many home runs. Holy cow, he was a power hitter too.
Yeah. Over 3,000 career hits.
The only thing I thought of was just he was a hit machine and he was a stolen base machine.
Great defensively,
oh my goodness.
He had a lot of pop too. Well, guys, what a great episode once again here of X Sports Today.
For getting that last one.
Oh man, and I am going to torture these guys every Tuesday.
11 out of 12.
11 out of 12. Well, that'll do it for X Sports Today. So for Taylor Plott, Hayden Burks, I'm AJ Good. We'll see you guys once again tomorrow, 1:30 sharp.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.